Let me finish tonight with the Peace Corps. In the fall of 1951, a young U.S. congressman went on Meet the Press and told about a recent trip he had made overseas. He told with dismay how disappointed he was with the people representing America in the Foreign Service. He said he talked to college audiences and found lots of young people who would love to go out in the world and represent the United States, especially in third world countries. He said he wanted well-rounded young men and women like them out there, a better picture of America presented in the world. Well, 9 years later, in the last week of the presidential campaign, that same man, John F. Kennedy, spoke with his war buddy from World War II, Red Fay, about how things were going. He was worried about how the campaign was ending. He saw President Eisenhower jumping in on behalf of Vice President Nixon, drawing enormous crowds, and saw the polls heading Nixon's way. Then he turned to a happier subject. He told his war buddy, Red Fay, with whom he had shared the dangers of the South Pacific, about the speech he was about to give at the Cal in San Francisco that night, about something he hoped would prevent more wars. He talked about young people going off to foreign lands to work for peaceful economic development, not to fight. He was so happy with that prospect. Well, this weekend, many who served in the Peace Corps over these 50 years are coming home to Washington to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the legislation establishing it. It's a good time to remember what the Peace Corps is doing for this country and, of course, for the peoples of the countries around the world where the volunteers serve. Well, during the 2000 election, President Obama campaigned on doubling the size of the Peace Corps. Well, today there's a long waiting list of 20 new countries requesting Peace Corps programs. But the entire annual budget of the Peace Corps right now is less than the budget of the Army marching bands. We spend more in 5 hours in Iraq than we do in supporting the 8,700 Peace Corps volunteers around the world for a year. Well, this is one of the few agencies, by the way, Democrats and Republicans both vote in favor of. Back 30 years ago, in fact, when his budget people were trying to zero out the Peace Corps, President Reagan said, "Don't cut the Peace Corps. It was the only thing I get thanked for," and got thanked for last week. And he was referring to a meeting with a prime minister of a small developing island nation. Well, at one time, the Peace Corps was JFK's bold experiment. After 50 years, we can safely say the experiment worked, leaving a global legacy of goodwill. Its volunteers are America's best grassroots ambassadors for a very small price tag. Well, the Peace Corps needs President Obama right now, needs his serious attention more than ever. It would be great if President Obama would get behind the Peace Corps with great enthusiasm, increase its strength, 10,000 volunteers would be good, and become its #1 recruiter out there. He's just the one to do it. That's Hardball for now.